Hey guys, so as you already know by the title of today's video, we got a new update for Battlefield 5, and as usual, with every single update, we're gonna talk about what's different, what's new, what's nerfed, what's buffed, etc, etc. This time around, the update is quite big. It contains 16 pages of changes and tweaks done to the game, which, well, will take up a lot of time, so I don't even want to drag the intro. Let's just get to it. As you probably heard by now, the update contains a new map, the first one from the Tides of War live service, and it's called Panzerstorm. You're watching the gameplay from it since the beginning of this video, so yeah, you probably noticed already, but just in case if someone is a new player. In general, the map is mainly designed for the vehicle gameplay, and even though it has quite a lot of improvements compared to the version of the map I played a month ago, or I don't know, over a month ago, because it simply does not have enough cover. There is not enough objects to actually hide behind as an infantry player. If you are playing in a vehicle, it's cool, it's fun, but if you are on the receiving side, on the other side, this guy on foot, running around trying to destroy tanks, it's just not fun, in my opinion, because here is what's happening in majority of the situations. Players just take the tank and they sit on some hill far away from the action and they just shoot everyone with machine guns. Those in the tank, of course. And to be fair, I wouldn't say it's a problem of the map, but rather a balancing problem of tanks in Battlefield 5, because the whole playstyle as a tanker requires you to be so passive with the tank, and you can't really push the objective because your mobility and the capabilities of fighting infantry up close are literally so bad that it doesn't make sense for you to go directly on the objective. It is far more effective to simply stay back and farm kills on the infantry on the objective rather than just pushing them directly onto the flag. We also have a test range for testing out different weapons and vehicles in the game. If you are a new player, here is test range, you can learn how to play with the new weapons or with the vehicles. Well, at least in theory. And I don't want to be the one pessimistic in the room. I'm trying to defend this game in every possible scenario if I can, but sometimes the common sense and logical thinking simply defeats me. I cannot go against logic. And this is exactly one of those examples, because while test range looks great and is something arcadey which will be an entertainment for a new player who just got into Battlefield 5, it will not give any benefit to a player who's actually already experienced and looks forward to improving their skill. I don't even want to talk about the part of test range which actually allows you to race your friend in a car, yes, Battlefield 5 car, not Need for Speed, but focusing on the part which is supposed to actually improve your skill. You go to the gun bench, you pick the weapon, there is no way to customize those weapons. Those are raw weapons without any unlocks whatsoever. Even though we have all of the weapons unlocked in the game, well, at least those which are currently available, because those coming in the live service, even though they're already implemented, they're not on test range for some reason. And the same thing goes for the vehicles, which simply cannot be customized within test range. And no, you cannot go back to main menu, customize it there, load back to the test range and test it out. You just cannot load any specializations into the vehicles in the test range. At least it doesn't work for me. What I find even more bizarre about the whole situation is that the gun bench doesn't even have a normal wall which you would be able to shoot to see the actual recoil pattern of the weapon you're using and learn how to control it. Instead, you're getting those targets which, alright, they're nice, but if you are an experienced player and you want to learn something like recoil control, you're not gonna learn it on a target like this, because you're not even gonna see the recoil pattern on the actual target. What you need is a normal wall without anything where you can shoot and see where your bullets are going. It's that simple. Alright, on to the positive stuff. Bombers got nerfed. Well, at least in theory, because that's the first round I did with the bomber after the update. But in short, you no longer have 32 bombs in the Ju-88, and also you only have one 1000 kilograms bomb. In addition to that, after you resupply the bombs, you actually have a cooldown and you have to wait to be able to drop those bombs again, which means you actually cannot spam with them so effectively. In my not so humble opinion, it's not really the best way to balance out the bomber, because as a pilot, I just feel bored in the air because I'm flying in circles and I cannot even drop bombs. I think there's other ways of balancing out planes more effectively, but yeah, that's what we got. Anyway, second thing, related to the bombers. They can no longer nuke the whole spawn at the beginning of the round, because now there is a 30-second delay before the players even get the option to deploy in a plane, which, well, is great. Panzerfaust got both buffed and nerfed at the same time, because the hits, which were previously, before the update, dealing low damage, that means the hits from long distances or from weird angles on the vehicles, got their damage increased. But to balance things out, all of the critical hits, which previously could deal even 50 or 60 damage per shot, do not deal that much damage after the update. If you're playing as a gunner on top position, you can actually hide yourself now. It looks a bit funny from the third person, as you can see on the video, and by the way, if you want to hide yourself, you just have to press the crouch button. Not sure which one it is on consoles, it's Control on PC, but you can hide, so you're not just gonna die from a sniper, even though they can still shoot your hand. It's better than it used to be, right? Medic weapons got buffed. I don't necessarily want to go through all of the details regarding the SMG improvements, because there is quite a lot of those and they're quite complicated, well, at least some of them, but essentially weapons are better now, which I think are still quite weak, given the average engagement range in Battlefield 5 and the fact that you're not really playing Call of Duty running straight into the enemies. Well, at least in the majority of situations for an average player. Because I know that if I say this, there is always gonna be this one person in the comments saying, "Oh, but I can kill everyone just fine with SMGs, which are so powerful, I have 5 KD and 10,000 score per minute." Yeah, well, you can, we can't, so yeah. Game is designed for majority, not minority, sadly. The KE7 support weapon, which has been killing everyone around within one frame for the past month, ever since the game released, is actually still doing it, but the weapon itself got nerfed a bit. The recoil is a bit bigger and the reload time is a bit longer, but it's still a very effective weapon in my book. Especially when the weapon can still take someone out within one frame, so they can't even react if you start shooting them. And that would be pretty much it for all of the most important changes from this update. However, before you click off, I just wanna explain one more thing, because I'm sure I'm gonna get tons of questions about it. The new weapons which were implemented in the update will become available tomorrow via assignments that you have to complete. I mean, at least the first weapon that will be available to be unlocked. So, either log into Battlefield 5 tomorrow or stay tuned for the video explaining it. Also, on top of that, Battlefield 5 December update didn't fix an issue of being automatically spotted on the minimap after scoring a kill. So, it's still in the game and it will be there until January update. And as for my personal opinion about the update, I'll just say this. I've been trying to defend Battlefield 5 ever since the reveal in May, but sometimes I simply cannot justify certain things, because even if I say something is good, which clearly is not, you guys know this. I'm not foolish enough to think that you will believe everything I say, of course you won't, you also have your personal opinions, and seeing some of the decisions from EA DICE and also some of the problems occurring in Battlefield 5, they simply don't allow me to go and defend them, because I'm not gonna go against common sense. You guys know this, like, I cannot try explaining something which clearly cannot be explained and is a mistake on their end. Stuff like test range. We didn't want such test range, we wanted something to actually improve our skill, not shoot targets with weapons that are not even customized. Like, alright, I don't want this video to turn into a rant, so I'll just sign off and get back to the topic in the future, I guess. As always guys, if you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and I see you on the battlefield!